Hello, this is Kim
This is Patty.
and you're watching. Oh my god, damn it.
Disney Channel.
Fuck.
Oh
Maybe you start because I'm like messing us
my
up.
god. Okay, sure, let's try that.
Okay.
Hey, this is your host, Patty.
And this is your other host, Kim, and you're listening to Long Distance BFFs.
So, if you haven't figured out by now, we're long distance BFFs, and we just wanted to share our conversations with the world,
We're actually 5,515 miles apart.
or 8,875 kilometers apart for those of you outside of North
The
America,
US. Yeah.
or the US, rather.
Yeah.
I'm currently living in Germany and across the world.
I'm living in North America around San Francisco, to be a little more specific, Bay Area. This is where we're both from. And
Yeah.
yeah, Patty decided to leave me and go to, just kidding.
And go to college and start a new life,
Yeah. And
basically.
I went a completely different career route, but still very much happy with my choice. And, obviously
Right.
supporting my
Yeah.
BFF always and her choices.
Thank you.
We're still getting the hang of this talking to a mic thing and getting the jitters out.
Right.
In case we include some bloopers, you probably heard that. But this is us and the conversations we typically have in private over FaceTime or, anything else we're choosing to share with the world now. So, yeah.
Yeah. And
Um,
why is that? This turns into an interview.
I
No,
know.
I totally agree. I think that these days there's a lot of time that could go into either creative or social, like something personal
Yeah.
project, and then social, and then you lack on the other. So we thought that we could
Yeah, just mix it
knock
all
both
into
with,
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We're both pretty like creative people.
Yeah,
So at
definitely.
least I like to think so. But
Same.
hopefully, anyone who listens here can take something or just feel like,
Yeah, a sense of friendship through the
right.
podcast because
Yeah,
that's I guess one of our main goals to just make everyone feel very included and entertained, maybe.
we both are podcast listeners, and we were talking about
Huge.
this meme where this real person is sitting next to a poster of other people laughing, and then the meme is like, uh,
How I feel listening to my
y-
favorite podcast or something.
right, something like that. And so I hope you guys feel the same when you're
Yeah.
listening to us.
We'll post this
Um,
meme somewhere
we'll
and
post it on our Instagram,
on our
Long Distance
Instagram
BFFs
pod.
Pod.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's official, guys.
Yeah,
We have
it's
an
very official.
Instagram. Yeah, so again, that is at Long Distance BFFs Pod on
Right.
Instagram.
How was your weekend, Kim?
It was a very lazy weekend. I know that we just talked about like getting into creative things and using this time wisely, but for me, this weekend was just about finally chilling. I feel like I've been
Mm-hmm.
really like hard on myself, and I feel that a lot of people have as well. You just
Mm-hmm.
feel like even though we have this break, there's a lot of pressure for each of us to get into our creative outlets and do something with our time that's prosperous. But I've been seeing also a lot of posts and articles mentioning, this is the first time the world is going through something of this magnitude. So you shouldn't put
Mm-hmm.
too much pressure on yourself to do something that will benefit you in the long run financially or whatever, like there's
Mm-hmm.
why put that pressure on yourself? There's already so much going on that you have to think through. So this weekend I kind of just took my time to relax. I watched a movie, The Spy
Mm-hmm.
Who Dumped Me on Hulu.
The
um
Spy Who Dumped Me?
yeah, have you heard of that movie?
No, what is that about?
I don't think it's a very popular movie, but it has Mila Kunis in it and Kate McKinnon from Saturday Night Live. And I'm obsessed with
Mm-hmm.
Kate McKinnon. She's just so funny. So I'd always wanted to watch that movie, especially when it came out, but I didn't get a chance to. So seeing that it's now on Hulu, I watched it. And it's just like a comedy movie about a spy that dumped who Mila Kunis plays.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just pretty funny. It's interesting. I really don't know how to explain it. But yeah, I finally watched that. and was not let down. And I also did a few little paintings
I
and
saw
yeah,
I saw
really
your
just
story.
chilled. Yeah.
It looked really cute,
Thank
actually.
you.
Looks like something that you would be able to buy at a boutique or
Oh my
something for,
God,
like,
that's the biggest
8 to
compliment.
10 euros a piece because of this they were pretty small, right?
Yeah, I have one
Yeah.
in front of me. ASMR. Sorry.
Are we gonna go there?
No,
Just
I'm
kidding.
sorry. Please, excuse that. But yeah, it is. They are pretty good size. I was thinking because
Yeah.
some friends responded and said like, "Will you be selling any?" So I was thinking,
Mhm.
oh, that didn't even come across my mind,
Mm.
but because
You totally should.
I'm just playing around with it. It's all watercolor and just a Sharpie pen, but yeah, I'm thinking of selling them
Mhm.
like $7 a piece or something, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, 8 euros or
Yeah.
€8. Actually, that kind of equates to about $7, so I wasn't too
Yeah.
far off the mark there.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
when you said it, I was like, "Oh, that's exactly around what I was thinking
Yeah.
here. US dollars, it would
Mhm.
be around $7." Anyway, how was
Mhm.
your weekend?
My weekend was really good. I got a lot of cleaning done. So on Saturday, came
Nice.
home from the grocery store not intending to clean at all because I was running away from cleaning. And then somehow I started cleaning the fridge before putting in the new groceries.
Good,
And then
nice.
it just turned into the fridge, the counters,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
just
That's
everything.
how
And
it
then the
goes,
bathroom.
right? Like, I feel
Yeah,
like people like me and you, when we start cleaning, we deep
we
clean.
can't
So
stop.
we gotta
Yeah,
get in the zone.
right. I
So I
can't
feel that.
just tidy up. I have to like
Same.
scrub the crap out of the coffee
Yeah.
table.
Get into each crack and everything. Yep.
Mhm.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
That's what she said, right? But yeah, so the weather was really nice here, especially on Sunday. I went for a walk safely, keeping the distance from other people. But I'm surprised because there were a lot of people out. I mean, it was
Interesting.
surprising, but also not because the weather was nice. But I think Germans do really well with keeping the
Like the distance,
distance.
social distance.
Right.
Yeah.
So the biggest group that I saw was 4 people and having a picnic on the grass. It was
Oh,
really
not too
cute.
bad. And maybe, I mean, it doesn't matter to me really, but perhaps they live in the same household and just like went together.
Yeah,
I
so
feel
it's
that.
it looked like a double date actually,
Oh,
so partners and partners. So, yeah,
interesting.
maybe they all live, well, not all of them live together, but 2,
Yeah,
separate households, I guess.
I
But,
see.
yeah.
Interesting. Well, it's nice to know that there was really nice weather out there. Meanwhile, over here, it was very rainy. It wasn't stormy by any means, but it was coming down pretty hard at times.
It's
Uh,
been raining a lot there lately, right? I've seen a lot of posts, especially YouTubers, talking about how the weather's been crappy in Southern California.
yeah, it's really odd because the weekends specifically and especially have been
Mhm.
very rainy. It hasn't been during the week. I mean, I have yet to open up my blinds right now, so I can't really tell you what it looks like outside right now. But during the week, it's very nice, sunny. I mean, last week I had two picnics on two separate days because it was so nice and
In your
perfect
backyard, right?
outside. Yeah, right in the
Yeah.
backyard.
Mhm.
Thank you for pointing that out. Not anywhere near other people.
Yeah.
And but then on the weekends, it starts to rain, and I'm just like, this is the third weekend in a row.
Maybe it's nature's way of saying you better stay home.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are working from home now, myself included. And,
So they just tend to stay home during
you
the
know,
work week, and then yeah, on
right.
weekends
They
is
want to
like,
get out, but the weather says no.
yeah, like stay indoors.
Basically.
Seriously.
Mhm.
If you have an outdoor area, I know Patty has a really cute patio.
Mhm.
But if you have
A
an outdoor
patio
area,
for Patty.
patio.
A patio. We'll call it the patio.
Or if you're fortunate enough to have an outdoor area, definitely take advantage and eat out there, read out there,
Mhm.
set up a little picnic setting out there, and just yeah, it's so
Right.
nice. I
Or
definitely recommend.
if you're really just wanting to stay indoors, which is obviously nothing wrong with that, there
Absolutely.
whenever the sun shines through a specific spot in your home, on the floor, you just see, or if you have dogs, you see them just chilling there.
Yeah, sunbathe.
Put a blanket, not over the dog, but over the floor. Put your dog on top of the blanket
Thanks for
or
specifying. Yeah,
cat.
I was about to put
Right.
a blanket over my dog.
And then join them and have an indoor picnic because I've
Yes.
actually done that before it started getting warmer this week, but the sun
Oh,
still shines through my living room. Not exactly where my dining table is, but so then I would just sit and work on the floor and I just
yeah.
get little warmth and just vitamin D and
Yeah,
yeah,
get that
just
vitamin D.
sunbathe.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You guys know the vitamin D I'm referring to, all right? Okay.
All right, okay, all
No,
right.
it's it's really important actually. I'm gonna make this long story quick, but I still believe that I was my healthiest when I lived in LA. So yeah, that's a thing. I lived in
Mhm.
LA, while Patty was actually in San Diego. So it was one of the times in our lives that we were closest to one another,
I know.
distance
Oh my
wise. And
goodness.
it's funny because we still weren't in the same area, but we
Right.
were, fairly close enough.
Yeah, I
And
drive up for the weekend, and it
yeah,
was
oh, I
good.
miss those, and
I
then go out
know.
in downtown LA with the crew.
Yeah.
But anyway, I do believe that I was my healthiest in LA for some reason, and I didn't even try, like, I wasn't, making sure I got this amount of veggies in or whatever, but
Mhm.
I realize it's because of how much sun I was naturally getting. And I saw kind of a decline in my health when I moved back to the Bay Area because I lived in Daly City. I no longer live there now, but I lived in Daly City. So it was very cold and
Yeah.
foggy all the time. And I had an incident at the gym. I fainted because we
Oh,
had
I
gone in the
remember
morning.
this.
Yeah, I fainted, like, as I was finishing up my mile on the treadmill, I fainted, and then I went down, like, I got up, I went downstairs, I fainted again, and threw up, like, all over the gym.
Oh my
Sorry. Feel free to not paint that picture, by the way.
god.
And so after that, like, weird occurrence, like, my partner drove me home and we took care of me and everything. And I woke up a few hours later completely fine and then scheduled a doctor's appointment. I go to the doctor's appointment and they tell
Mhm.
me the only thing that we see wrong with you is that you're deficient in vitamin D. Like, I took a few tests and that's what my doctor told me
Wow.
when we were going over the results. And she was just like, get more sun, also eat yogurt. And I was like, I'm plant based. And she was like, that's fine. You can eat vegan yogurt. That's more than okay. That's really good for you.
That's fine.
So, my health advice right now is get that sun and eat
Get that
yogurt.
vitamin
Get
D.
that D
Yeah. I was gonna
and
say
eat
that,
some
but I
good
didn't know if
yogurt.
we were going there. We're
I
there. We're there.
know.
You're with
We're
us
there
there.
now.
Okay? You're there with
Yeah.
us rather. Um,
We'll probably
but
be
yeah.
going there a few times. But yeah, so
Yeah,
sorry
I
about
I
that.
get what you mean though
Yeah.
because when I lived in Seattle, shout out to my
Shout out
past life. No, I'm
Seattle.
just
Oh,
kidding.
you're like a cat. You've had all these lives.
Yeah, seriously. So like in San Diego, then back to the Bay Area, and then
They're like
Seattle, and now
different
Germany.
phases of Patties. I mean, I'm sure there are different phases of Kim, but yours are more distinguishable, at least to me.
With the location of where I am, I
Yeah.
feel like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, but so when I lived in Seattle, it was I mean, it was different, the summers were really beautiful, the winters were really cold. It was still beautiful, but, different kind. And
It's really
it
cool
wasn't
though.
until
Like
yeah,
all
yeah,
the
and
different seasons you got to experience.
yeah, it made me appreciate the sun. So I do like that there's different seasons there and also here where I live now in Germany. But lately though, I've been missing the California sun. A lot of it is probably from me just going through my old photos and looking
Oh,
at my golden brown skin and now it's just
and
the
blonde
brown
hair, y'all.
and blonde hair. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that
Speaking
was,
of phases of Patty, you can
yeah.
add that to the list of phases. But, yeah, so I really miss it, and I hope that
It
I get
misses
to
you.
I hope that I get to visit shortly after everything,
Yeah, everything calms
calms
down.
down.
Fingers
Yeah.
crossed. Yeah, I feel like a lot of us are going through our archives, like old photos right now. I was definitely doing
Hmm.
the same thing over the weekend and getting all up in my feels. Yeah, you actually sent me a DM, right? Of the first time I went
Yeah.
to San Diego and visited you.
Hmm. Hmm.
I miss that so much.
When we were at
Yeah.
Sunset Cliffs, actually.
Oh, one of my
Oh, my
favorite places
favorite
in the
place.
world.
Yes. Yes.
Do you have a
Same.
favorite place in the world? Or like a few?
Oh, I guess a few.
Yeah,
So
let's hear
Sunset
some
Cliffs in
right now.
San Diego, for sure.
Yeah.
In the Bay Area, gosh, I feel like it's been so long. I mean, I actually did the math and it's been 7 years, approaching 8 this year, since I lived there.
Oh my
Like for
goodness.
good. Because I mean, I would stay in between summers, but
Yeah,
2, 3 months is not enough
it's
to
not
feel
a
like home.
year. It's
So,
not like, yeah.
but I mean, like, I guess from that time and that memory, I really like Fish Ranch.
Oh,
Do you remember that? That was a spot
so
in high school.
yeah, honestly, so many memories.
Oh,
Fish Ranch is also known as Grizzly Peak, and this is in the Berkeley Hills area. And it was kind of a drive for us, during the high school days, but a lot of people would
yeah,
go up
but
there.
at the time though, it was everyone's first time to be able to drive. So nobody
Yes,
cared about it being a drive.
yes, they're like, where?
Especially at
We'll take
night.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like until everyone started charging for gas money. They're like,
Oh
"Oh,
my
I can
gosh.
take you there for
Like, I
5."
got you.
Yeah. And then
Oh my
$5
gosh.
became like not enough when the prices raised. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a
Ugh.
time.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
you're actually the first person I knew to have their license. You were like on top of your
I
stuff.
was ahead of our time, I
You
think,
were like,
in our
you were the
friend
first to
groups.
have an iPhone. You were the
Right?
first to
Mhm.
drive. Um,
I don't know, I was the first to mm, I was gonna say go to college, but we all graduated the same and,
oh,
um,
not me.
no. What else? Oh, you too though, right? For a bit?
Oh,
Or not? Are we going there?
no, actually, I just had my classes.
Mhm.
That's the most college I did. I had my list of classes for SF State, and then I didn't go.
Yeah.
I opted to take a semester off because funds fell through, and that semester turned into 7 years. So,
And that it brings us to today here.
yeah.
It's so funny because I guess that's another thing why we wanted to start this podcast is that we would have two very different perspectives, even though we came from the same place,
Yeah.
basically.
So we're both in our mid-20s and we graduated from the same high school. Actually, in the yearbook, we're next to each other
We really
in my
are.
senior
Yeah.
pictures. Um, so yeah, it just made sense because like Patty said, or touching on what she just said, we went two completely different routes career-wise and kind of love-wise, but now we're almost very
The
relatable,
same. Yeah.
almost the same as far as love goes.
Yeah. I
We
mean, the same as in our partners literally have the same birthdays.
the
So
same
non-intent,
exact
not planned at
birthday.
all.
No.
Yeah.
Patty didn't just find a German man with September 7th as his birthday, no. But yeah, so backtracking a bit, career paths completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that we each have a lot of valuable tips ourselves to give. And why not share that with the world? I feel like it could be helpful with others, if anything, just very relatable and comforting. Um,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So why else are we starting this podcast?
I feel like it's kind of another way for us to do something together, and being so far apart, we always long to do things together. And I feel that we have wanted to collaborate on something important for a really long time. And with this podcast, we could put something out there that we're very much proud of and could potentially really help others. It also helps us keep up with a schedule of talking to each other and staying up to date with one another and our lives.
Just the normal long distance things, I
Yeah,
guess.
just
No, yeah,
putting it
I
out there.
completely agree there because I think it's easy to put an excuse of, okay, yeah, time difference. I'm making food or dinner at this time and I'm just
Yeah.
barely waking up at this time, and we're both guilty of
Yeah.
doing that, and not even intentionally to like hurt the other person. And I
No,
think
yeah.
a very important thing to remember is that we're both very understanding if
Yeah.
one person doesn't reach out for a whole month and then the other.
Absolutely.
But I completely agree, and it's
Yeah.
something exciting.
I'm so excited to see where this takes us and what we end up talking about and diving into, like all the different topics. Because even in our, regular scheduled programming or conversation between just us
Uh-huh.
two, we do each go on tangents and we just get into all sorts of things. So it'll be nice to just do that on a platform and share it. So I feel like I've given a few reasons. What do you have to say? Is that weird, huh? That's weird.
I like the
Did you
first part until the "What do you have to
What
say?"
do you have to say for yourself?
Oh
Oh my
god.
god, okay.
Wow.
Alright,
Yeah.
um, what reasons do you have? Patio. Even though I
Um,
refer to you as Patty, like I call you Patty, it's still so weird to address you. Like, who do you
yeah,
have to
right?
say
Because we just don't address each other enough, I guess.
Yeah, we just
But maybe it's because of the distance, because we haven't been able to be like, "Kim, come here," or
I
"Kim,
know,
come
right? Or
over."
like if you're in a different
Ugh.
room, I haven't had to say,
Yeah.
"Patty."
Yeah, so I mean, I totally have the same reasons as you. Another reason of mine and why I brought it up to you even is because I kind of want to develop a new skill of podcasting, I guess. Now it's a
Yeah.
skill, but also for myself to try and remember things. That sounds weird, but it's so
No,
easy for me to forget what I did
same.
last weekend. I mean, me trying to explain what I did last weekend in the intro, that was hard. So I really want to make my weeks more purpose. No.
Be more present with your
Yeah, I want
time
to be
and
present and not just remembering, but also questioning things that I did. I don't know. Just like we were talking about the different topics that we wanted to talk about, and those some of them will require not only paying attention to, but actually researching or just a new skill we want to learn, and then we share it. So yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's definitely yeah, that's a good point that I didn't even really think about, but that would definitely help us improve our own memories so that we could be more present and then bring it up during our podcast.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah,
completely agree with that.
and not only is it about learning a new skill, but also sharing with each other and now our audience the downsides of being, apart, or even just our own individual struggles and challenges that we just normally would say, "Hey, I went through this week," and you would
Yeah.
give me advice or just be there to listen.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
it's just kind of, not involving other people, but
In a
just making
way.
it known.
In a
Yeah,
way, a
and
little
just
bit. Yeah.
you and I watch a lot of YouTube, and every time a
Yeah.
YouTuber goes through something, I also feel like sometimes I could relate to them. So I guess that
Yeah.
was another reason why I suggested to make this podcast, because a lot of people in our 20 something
Yeah, we're
probably feel
all
lost or
going through a
behind. Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah. And questioning our existence,
Yeah,
basically.
mini existential crises all over the place for me at least.
I actually just bought this book to do kind of a little book club with my
Ooh.
friend here, and it's called The Defining Decade: Why Your 20s Matter and How to Make the Most of Them. You should totally get it.
Yeah, I might join you guys.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I just got it today. So I started reading a little bit, but basically it's from this psychologist who talked to a lot of people in their 20 somethings. And she's sharing her insight on basically what she hears. And it's kind of comforting to know that a lot of people in their 20 somethings also feel lost or,
Don't
this
have
and
it
that.
figured out.
So maybe if you do buy it, we can have a whole episode about it and share our
Yeah.
thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, let's do it. Like once we finish it. How big is it, by the way? I've only ever seen
It's
the cover.
I didn't look at how many pages, but maybe 200? Is 200 a
Nice. Oh,
lot?
I'm excited. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah.
gonna pick that up, or not pick it up, but order it from Amazon.
Or
Yeah.
yeah.
While delivery workers are still able to deliver. Shout out, by
Mhm.
the way, VIPs,
Yeah.
VIPs, MVPs, both.
VIPs, you're a very important person and the most valuable player in this. Yeah.
Honestly. Also, EW, you're an essential worker. So kudos.
I've never heard that term before.
Really? It's really big on
Yeah.
Twitter right now.
Really? Okay. I'm not on Twitter.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get back on.
Ooh, maybe you can run our Twitter account if we have one. I don't know if you had more to touch on, Patty, but my last reason is to perfect my podcast voice. Just kidding. Sorry.
I know. I think it'll be cool to look back on these episodes if we decide to listen to them. Maybe we'll hear enough while editing,
Yeah.
but it'll be interesting to hear how many likes or ums we have in the beginning. And
Oh
then
my gosh.
I
Yeah.
hope we have less by episode 50 or something.
Very hopeful. I really want to
And
work on
also
that.
the and also the evolution of our voice.
Yeah.
Our voices, yeah.
I actually personally do not like my voice, like whenever, and I feel like a lot of people can relate when you hear your voice
Mhm.
back in videos and stuff, you're like cringing. Um,
That's me. I literally asked my partner before recording today. I asked, "Do I have a good podcasting voice?"
oh my gosh,
And
how
he said
cute.
yes. So he gave me the confidence. And so if you guys are cringing at this point at my voice, then blame him.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't asked anybody. Patty, do I have? You just say
Put
no.
me on the spot. No, actually, I need a new partner. Just kidding.
So anyone listening to this, if you're interested, yeah. So we'll definitely see how we both react to our own voices as we're editing this and stuff. But I'm hopeful.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it.
That's our intro episode.
Yeah, that's kind of like our pilot or a little sneak peek. When we do the next episode, I should say, we'll go more into each of us as individuals and kind of do a mini introduction of ourselves.
Hmm.
But for this one, we're kind of just testing everything out. We're a little all over the place, so we apologize for that. But I definitely feel that we're going to get better at this. So have hope. No, we
Woohoo,
freaking did it.
virtual high fives right now. Maybe not good for podcast. So be sure to tune in to hear that episode Kim just mentioned and get to know us a little bit better.
Yeah.
This is a good night from Patty.
And a good morning from Kim. Bye.